The victim is being identified as 75-year-old Ripudaman Singh Malik. The motive is still being determined, but IHIT believes this was a targeted shooting. A short time later, a white Honda CR-V was found on fire in the area of 82 Avenue and 122A Street. Homicide investigators believe that this vehicle was connected to the shooting. We have CCTV of the vehicle in the area over there, and we'll provide it to you afterwards. A review of CCTV determined that this CR-V arrived at 8236 128th Street a short time before the shooting and waited for Mr. Malik. We're asking anyone with dash cam footage or witnesses in the area around 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. at 8236 128th Street who may have seen the vehicle or its occupants to contact IHIT. We're asking anyone with dash cam footage or witnesses in the area of the burn site at 82nd Avenue and 122A Street on July 14th between 9 and 10 to also contact IHIT. IHIT is working in partnership with the Surrey Detachment, the BC Coroner Service, and the Integrated Forensic Identification Section. We understand this is a high-profile international story. However, we urge not to speculate as to the motive, as our homicide investigators will be following the evidence. Are there any questions?
Can you just describe the vehicle for the benefit of people who can't see?
Okay, do you want to play the video? Okay. Our investigators are looking to speak to anyone who is at 8236 128th Street in Surrey, and it is a white Honda CR-V. It arrived about 7 a.m., and the occupants were waiting for Mr. Malik. It was later found burned in the area of 82nd Avenue and 122A Street. And we're seeking witnesses or dashcam footage for anyone who's in that area from between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. I can't discuss that right now. We're still trying to determine that, but what we're focusing on is the arrival of the white Honda CR-V at the shooting location, which is at 8236 128th Street between 7 and 9 a.m.
Can you say anything more about the people inside?
Not at this time. We're looking for witnesses who may have seen the vehicle at that location and any persons that may have been around the vehicle at the time.
Did you get any video of the shooting itself, or are there a number of cameras around that industrial building?
The CCTV canvas is continuing right now. We don't have that information as it's still being reviewed.
Is this the same vehicle that was found burned later?
Yeah, we can confirm that the vehicle that was found burned at 82nd Avenue and 122A Street is the same vehicle.
Was it stolen?
We're still determining that. There's a lot to process at that scene, and we'll have that information later on if it becomes available.
Was there another vehicle with a getaway car? Do you have a description for that one?
We don't have the information right now. We're still conducting CCTV review and video canvassing, looking for witnesses. So if there's anyone in that area at 82nd Avenue and 122A Street that can assist by providing us with CCTV or witnesses that may have seen something, to please contact IHIT.
Yeah, did you say there's multiple people inside the vehicle?
I can't specify as to the number of people, and so I do not want to taint any witnesses. We would like them to come forward no matter how many people they saw.
And we know the victim, has a very high-profile history, but was there any involvement with police recently?
We don't have any recent involvement of Mr. Malik with the police, and we're aware that he is a high-profile person, but our investigators are remained focused on the evidence and will be following that.
We're hearing reports it took a long time for Mr. Malik to be treated by paramedics. Can you tell us about the response time between the 911 call when police arrived and he was already deceased by the time they arrived?
When the call came in, the Surrey RCMP responded right away, and the first responders already started to provide first aid intervention. I don't have the exact time as when paramedics arrived, but police responded right away.
Can you talk about the dangers? Like, this is a fairly busy area. There's a lot of businesses nearby, kind of a public area. What were the risks to the public at this point, and does that risk continue?
At this time, we believe this is a targeted shooting. We are speaking to witnesses and associates, Mr. Malik. If anyone feels that if they have any concern, we urge them to call the police, and we'll do a risk assessment based on the information they provide.
But could this have been worse? I mean, were there other people in the parking lot at the time, that sort of thing?
It is a business area at around 927, so there was risk at the time, but right now, there's no further risk to the public in that area.
Any concerns about retaliation?
It is too early to say, but if there's any associates, Mr. Malik, that may feel that there's any issues or have any concerns, we ask that they call IHIT, call the police, and then we can do a risk assessment based on the information that they provide.
Is the victim's family cooperating with police in the investigation?
We have reached out to the victim's family and provided them assistance. If there's anyone in the area or if the family that need further assistance, we have the victim services provided by Surrey Detachment and through IHIT's Victim Services Coordinator available to them.
Can you describe the injuries that the victim sustained?
I can only confirm that he's been shot several times, but as to the nature of the injuries, I can't discuss that as this is an ongoing investigation.
But shot several times.
He was shot several times, yes.
Was he alone when he was shot?
We're still reviewing the CCTV, but it appears that he was alone at the time.
Now, Mr. Malik also ran a school nearby. Has the RCMP reached out to the school at all?
We are reaching out to Mr. Malik's associates, and for anyone that we've missed, we urge that they contact us. So we don't believe that his businesses or associates are connected, but we are still determining that. But we're following the evidence we've acquired at both scenes, and that is our starting point right now.